All right, folks, we are back. We are
Hi guys,
going to the director's office, and Chris
it's
is
the
going to
Puss in
say
Boots episode.
the Puss. This is the
I
Puss in
just,
Boots episode.
I have decided that for the next 15 minutes, we're gonna talk about Puss in Boots.
So lo and behold, Chris and I saw Puss in Boots.
Oh yes, we did, and boy howdy is it in my top 5 movies of all time.
Yeah.
Like, it. Well, one, I always liked Puss as a character in Shrek, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hope they didn't get mad at me for saying Puss in the first 15 seconds of this video.
I've said worse.
You mean the cat? It's the cat, dude.
It's a cat,
See,
man.
Chris, if you were to add an E at the end of that, then we'd be in trouble.
Yeah. A poussé. No, that's an E with an accent.
That's like...
Well,
No,
top it
but-
off with a cat, then.
But yeah, no, so I liked him in the Shrek franchise, and I liked the original Puss in Boots. Do I remember it super well? No, but I know that I liked it, and I thought that the little short, the
Little
Three
Diablos.
Diablos,
Yeah.
where they take care of the kittens, it was fun.
Funny enough.
And Puss in Boots introduced Humpty Dumpty and Kitty Softpaws, both great characters.
Funny
But
enough.
The Last Wish is such an insane cut above everything else everything else Puss has done. Like, for those of you who don't know, there's a movie that came out this past December called Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. And boy howdy, is it a master class in taking multiple character arcs with, like, relatable, meaningful conflicts and resolving them in such a way that nothing feels forgotten. Like, there are a variety of characters in this story, right? Doing their own thing. There's Puss, there's Kitty Softpaws, there's Perito, there's Goldilocks and the Three Bears, there's Jack Horner, but that's different. He's different.
He's the
There's
best.
the wolf. There's all these characters at play, all with their own motivations, and all centered around the central plot point of The Last Wish, and the things we learn about them, and the way it's handled, in a way, it's storytelling at its finest. It doesn't have to, like, default to, like, blatantly explaining things. It does so in a way that really fits within its universe. It handles things maturely without being, like, I don't know, like your standard adult cartoon that just, like, decides that swearing and sexual stuff is the only way to convey a story anymore nowadays. No, like, it accomplishes that with old classic animation and storytelling, and it's, oh, so good. Oh my god, it's Penny.
It is Penny.
Anyway, more Puss in Boots. So,
Also, if I may interject really quick.
yes, absolutely.
So it's funny you mentioned the original. I was talking to one of my work friends today, and she was saying apparently, like, the original Puss in Boots was, like, one of her favorites.
Yeah?
And I was like, really? So
Really?
and she actually reconfirmed the story for me. I'm like, oh yeah, that was what it's about.
Yeah, it's like his origin story.
Well,
I went and I watched a couple clips. The main one being the "I was always there" clip, where Humpty is in literally every scene in the movie.
Apparently, the wolf also shows up in like a few of the other scenes in Puss in Boots before.
Oh yes, he does.
He does.
He shows up
in the
during
crowd.
the opening sequence in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yep. Beyond all his other appearances, I think that's the main one. And then there is, like, an icon of a wolf on the ninth life card.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's there, and it's great. But yeah, the voice acting was incredible. The score was incredible. They did this wonderful thing where in the opening sequence of the movie, the fighting was timed and part of the music. Like, oh, talk about a dream.
See, I was like kind of meh on it because of Shrek's spinoff, and Puss in Boots was like, it was alright, but it didn't wow me. But I'm hearing like a huge amount of positive reviews for this one.
It's
Last
good.
Wish is its own movie. if like you don't even have to think about it as a Shrek spin-off. It has its own characters, its own movie. It is, yeah. And you don't even need to watch the first one to really like
Yeah, no, that
understand.
yeah, there's no detail that you really need from that movie.
Yeah, I guess I would say that the original Puss in Boots takes place during Puss's first life, from what I understand.
Yes.
Because it's like his first big adventure, I think.
Yeah.
Or one of his first ones. Whereas Last Wish takes place during his ninth.
Yes.
So, like, Puss in Boots takes place before Shrek. Last Wish is definitely after Shrek.
Oh, yes.
Because there's nothing to Shrek at the end. But
Puss in Boots lore.
yeah, his Puss in Boots lore.
Yeah.
Important. Shrek 5, please, in the style of The Last Wish.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
begging you.
Oh, didn't I see there was some post-credit scene about like Shrek or something?
There is not.
Yeah. Well,
I heard
not
about that too.
Shrek. It alludes to Shrek in the world as a whole.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not directly Shrek in it.
Well, no, we see him for a brief second when Puss's life is flashing before his eyes.
Oh yes,
But that's
but
it.
that's different.
That is
That's
different.
not during the actual nod to.
No, it's not.
Because I'm thinking about the post-credit scene that we do, or the right before the credit scene that we do see.
Yeah, Mike, I know what
Yeah,
you're
it's right
talking
before.
about. I've heard the same rumors. They're wrong.
Yeah, they're a lie. A filthy,
Lies!
stinking lie.
Yeah, honestly, like, one of my favorite character in that was probably Jack Horner. Purely because
Understandable.
he was just such an unapologetically vicious villain.
Yeah, he's a villain's villain.
He really is. Oh, you're a villain, all right, just not a super one.
Oh, what are you gonna do to that puppy? You wouldn't hurt a puppy. I'm
Yeah.
gonna shoot in the face. Why?
You wouldn't shoot a puppy, would you, Jack? Uh-huh, yeah, in the face, watch.
Oh, that's what it is, yeah. God bless. Boy, you sure are losing a lot of men around here.
It's alright, I can make up for it later.
Actually, I'm not so worried about the manpower. See, I have this magical, bottomless bag full of all these wonderful things.
Behold, the mighty Excalibur! Excalibur! See, I couldn't
Couldn't get this stone off, but it's still pretty cool, right?
I love how he frickin' just smacks it like a hammer.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, he was not worthy of pulling the sword out of the stone.
Oh, of course not, but it
care.
didn't stop him.
Took the stone with him.
Is he buff
So
enough to do that? Like hold the sword with a stone on it?
Jack Horner is huge.
He's kind of got the other thing. He has like a pot belly to him, but
He's Big Pin. Kingpin. That's
He
his
is
name.
Kingpin, but with really long legs.
And the tiniest. Well, no, whose face is tinier? His or Kingpin's?
I'd say his, but his is in the right spot, so it's better.
That's true.
His is not in the
His
center of
shoulders don't go above his head.
This man is
Oh,
not
Kingpin's
built like a
body
bison.
proportions. Oh, Kingpin. What a wacky dude.
He really was.
Oh wait, Arvin over here is like, I'm putting together a crew
There was an idea.
to bring together a remarkable group of people.
But yeah, that movie does such a great job of tackling mortality and found family, and the panic and fear of the unknown. What it means to be a good listener is also oddly part of it. Like Perito, fucking Perito.
Perito's great.
He's an exceptionally well-made character.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be like with a standard annoying sidekick going in.
No, he's the highlight of the whole movie.
He is. He's great.
Like he really brings that whole movie together and is the catalyst for a lot of the lessons learned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like without Perito, I think maybe it would be like a like a 7 out of 10 movie, but he bumps it up multiple points.
Oh yes,
with the things he says and does, which is wild because he's goofy.
he is very goofy.
Wait, is this on theaters or is this
But-
on DVD?
It's in theaters, although I think
theaters.
you can also rent it on.
You can rent it on YouTube.
That too, but also Vudu.
Buy it
Well,
for
I'm gonna have to take this
$30.
critically acclaimed movie and give it a good listen.
It got
Give it a
higher
watch.
scores on both sides than Avatar.
Yeah, it really did.
It really did.
So good.
You know what? I might say that I think it deserves it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the second Avatar movie. I've heard very good things.
It's good. I like it. I liked it, and I liked it, but I love Puss in Boots.
I don't know. Out of all the movies out there, I don't know. Avatar is probably in the lower end of my priority bracket.
That's understandable. The nice part about Avatar, the nice thing about both of these is that they're sequels that came out like over 10 years, like after their respective movies, but they acknowledge that, and you don't have to like watch the first one in order to get it. Like, you'll get certain things better if you do, but it's by no means required watching.
You're talking about Last Wish?
Both of them, both Avatar and Last
Both
Wish.
of them. Oh.
Yeah, Avatar,
That was sort of what I was avoiding watching the second Avatar movie. That and the 3 hours it takes.
I will admit, I will say this though, I did not feel that 3-hour like timestamp. Okay, let me rephrase that. I felt it when my legs started to cramp up, but
That's-
that's just because movie theater chairs aren't the best. Like,
Yeah.
one that I did feel really badly was the Batman. And I liked the Batman, but I will admit, it did not need to be 3 hours long.
Yeah.
See, I liked it, but watching it again, there are some scenes that I'm like, I could gloss over these. I don't.
You don't need everything. Like, this could have been saved for, like, a different movie. Yeah, I don't know. It was...
I just really. These 4 characters are about to embark in Jurassic Park Pokemon Edition.
Yeah, Jurassic Park. Oh, and I get to see all the interactions with the primal Pokemon instead of the futuristic ones.
Yeah.
The first futuristic Pokemon you fight in Violet, I'm pretty sure was Delibird, which
Oh,
is
yeah,
sort
the
of
Iron
a
Bundle.
start.
I think, it checks out, because I think the first one
Is
is
it
this one.
Jigglypuff in this one?
What?
Is it Jigglypuff?
I want to say it's Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
Lamau.
Please call it by its proper title, Screamtail.
I will
Oh, we
scream at
haven't
your
gotten
tail.
there yet?
You're like, dude, I'm not gonna jump. You crazy? I'm just a bike.
See, the more I see Koraidon, the more I actually really like its design.
Oh, it's great.
And the more that I like it better than Miraidon. Like, Miraidon's cool too, but Koraidon is an extra cool lizard.
Yeah, I will say, this is probably the first time that I've, like, gotten really close to, like, when I first saw the designs for both Koraidon and Miraidon, I was, like, really close. I didn't know which one to pick for the longest time. Until I heard, like, one was prehistoric themed, the other one was gonna be future themed, so I'm like, okay, Scarlet it is.
Yeah.
And I made the right choice. But yeah, no, I love both designs. I've actually thought about picking, like, I might want to pick up Violet at some point, just so I can see from the other side. But probably when it's, like, on sale or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these legendaries are really good.
Or if you just wanted to borrow my copy of Violet for a while.
No, I need both.
You gotta collect them.
Exactly.
Well, we have made it to Area
Are these
Zero.
even classified as legendary?
What was that, Chris? Mike?
I was saying, are these even classified as legendaries?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's only like 2 of them
Yeah. In our current world.
in our
Also-
current world.
Entering Area Zero, I think, is making a great stopping point.
I think so. I think we have area 0 seconds left, so we'll have to talk to you guys next time. Bye.